Hi. So, as you know, I've tried making a vlog before, right? And I think it was a disaster. A lot of people telling me it was good, but people was telling me that it would be good only if you personally knew me, right? If you don't personally know me, it would be shit. Because I don't think it was that interesting anyways. So what I've decided to do now, I still want to do a YouTube channel, but this time I actually want to provide information and tell people something useful that will be useful. I want to use my knowledge that I've gained from all these years in university, and actually help people. And the reason why I want to help is because when I applied for a course of petroleum engineering, I did not know what the hell it was about. And I can guarantee that about 80 to 90% of the people, unless their family was involved in a petroleum industry, they wouldn't know what the hell it was about. We didn't know. I can guarantee that when we came to those modules, we had no idea what was going on. So, because there's really limited information, and especially for the students, about what the petroleum industry is, I've decided maybe I'll try and help. Right, there's a lot of videos explaining what the petroleum industry is in small details, right? And those would be the videos that are already like from big companies, and they in a way misleading you, because most of them are telling you a lot of really basic stuff. But I'd like to approach this from a perspective of a student who is either expecting to join petroleum engineering course, or is in second year, third year, first year, or is about to graduate or has graduated. Because I'm in that position. I'm about to graduate in about 3 weeks time, right? I may not be much of a help to people who are doing master's, PhD in petroleum engineering, because I don't have the knowledge for that. But what I can offer is my view on the industry and what I've gone through, and advice I can give to people and what to actually expect. And why should people watch this and say, how can I trust you? Well, in the first 2 years, I would say no, because I had no idea what I was doing, right? I had no clue what I was doing. I had bad grades, I wasn't doing really well, and it was just shit. Now, then I got an internship in Siberia, in Sakhalin, right? Which is about 20-minute flight from Japan. It's right opposite it, okay? And I got my internship there. I'll explain how I got it. It was really interesting, very unusual, and I'll give advice to people who are applying for jobs now. Right? I know how difficult it is. I'm sending about 10 applications a day. Just consider how many applications I had in a year, right? I have really improved in my academic achievements throughout my final year in university, because I've realized how important it is to have the knowledge. Recently, I was just having an interview with one of the leading oil companies who produce the most oil in Russia, and I had a conversation with a man for 40 minutes who spent 30 minutes asking me about the production of oil, the drilling, the other facilities, the geology, and you just have to know. You have to know your shit. Otherwise, no one's gonna even listen to you. So, what I plan to do is, first of all, explain in really, really simple method about what the industry is about and how it works. Because I know people don't know what it's like when they first apply for a job. They don't know what to expect. So I'm offering this in a way to provide the knowledge to know what people should be expecting. There's a lot of videos, as I said, but most of them can be misleading. For example, those salaries that people are saying, like you'll be getting 10 grand a month. True, you will be. 7 to 10 years from graduate. Because nobody needs you in the first 5 years. Nobody will get anything out of you until you get your knowledge and experience, Like, for example, I won't be hiding this. I'm being offered a place in Russia to work minus 40 degrees in winter on an oil rig in offshore, actually no, sorry, it's onshore conditions, for I think 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off, something like that. And they're offering me £500 a month, right? I work in a restaurant right now in Nando's and I'm making more than that in 2 weeks, okay? Now, I'll explain later why such salaries are being offered, why such conditions are being offered. There will be countries that'll be offering you $50 a month, sorry. And I know people who are receiving offers like that. But on the other hand, I know people who are making 20 grand a month, right? And I personally know them. I've talked to them, I've spoken to them. I know what they're doing. Yes, they're high up, they're in high managing positions. But it is true. It is possible, right? You need the knowledge. So this is what I'm going to try to explain in these videos and try to provide my own opinion about the industry and try to help the students as a student myself. I'm going to try to explain to you what you're going to go through in the next 3 years, what kind of things you have to solve, apply your knowledge towards, what are you going to know by the end of each year, how can you apply that to the industry, because I've worked 2 months in Sakhalin, as I said, on one of the biggest oil projects in the world. Now, I will share that experience for you to understand what it looks like. Another thing, if you're one of those people who thinks, why the hell should I apply to the oil industry? The oil is gonna run out. Just don't even think. It's not true, okay? Just don't listen to those people. Don't listen to those people who just are saying, look, in 10, 15 years, all of it is gonna be covered with electric cars. Really? Do me a favor and go and find out how much an electric car costs. Like, let's take for example Tesla. Have a look if it's a downgrade, how much it will cost and how much it will cost you to run it. How much it can run for, how long it can run for, sorry. And think for yourself, is that possible? Now another thing a lot of people think, right? Oil is gonna run out, we're all gonna have electric cars, like I just said. Now, why the hell are we thinking just of the northern hemisphere of the world? What about the south? What about Africa? What about Middle East? What about Asia? Right? You really think you're going to go to Bangladesh in about 25 years and you're going to see electric cars there? No, sorry. No, you just know. Whoever's been in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, they're wonderful countries, right? But their technology and the industry is not there yet. Okay, so if you're worried for the fact that the world is going to run out of money, please don't. It is not. Actually, BP and Shell have done their reservoir estimates, and those are proven, right? I'll speak about probable, proven, and possible reserves calculations later, right? Now, the proven is that they say 100%, like 100% sure that they exist, but in a way it will be, I think, 90 to 100, right? It's about 100 years, 120, 150 years. I don't know. It's definitely more than 100. Now, I think that's only considering everything apart from the Arctic. Now, there's so much oil in the Arctic, I don't even want to get to it yet. I may bring the facts out later in the different videos, but fuck me, there's a lot. There's a lot. And the reason why we're not touching it is first because of the environment. Because if an oil spill happens there, we're all screwed. Not screwed, sorry, the environment is screwed. It's really bad, really bad for it to happen there. If some of you know about the Deepwater Horizon in 2010, you'll know why, what kind of consequences the company had to deal with. And another thing, at the moment, unfortunately, we do not have the exact technology to work there, to operate, to produce the oil. Now, Shell and BP may be operating some of the projects there, actually, to this date. Although I think in 2015, Shell came up with a big project for North Arctic drilling, but withdrew themselves from them because of the money, because of the crisis. Now, if the crisis is another reason for you not to enter the industry? Well, think about the fact, what do you do when you go to a petrol station? Fill up your car with petrol. Where does that petrol come from? There's your answer. Who is going to be pumping the oil? Who is going to be responsible for the projects, for the money, for everything to go around, for oil transportation, for refining, for shitloads. People are working. This light is still working, you know? Where is this all energy coming from? Somebody's gonna do it. Now, if you think about people not applying at the moment, a lot of people being fired right now, right? Let's say for the next 5 years there won't be any people. Think about 10 years from now. Think big, think far. What's gonna happen? People are gonna really need petroleum engineers, right? I'll speak about the oil crisis, the economy, the job prospects, and all of it later. I have a lot of knowledge about it. There's actually a book. It's called The Prize by Daniel Yergin, and he wrote everything from the day the oil was found, I think, till 2014, which has been recently, which hasn't gone to the crisis, what's happened. But it's a really, really good book. You will know literally everything from it. So I guess I'll stop there for now, because I think this video is already really long, and I'm actually really looking forward to this, because I've just realized I feel that I know a lot about the industry. Not as much as professors and people who actually work there, but for my age, right? And I feel like I can get to those people who are applying now and are exactly in the same position as me, exactly in the same position when I was applying. Very few people are now getting any offers from the companies. I'll explain that later as well, why and how you can put yourself into being hired by other companies, and how is that possible? Because, my friend, it is possible. It is possible. Don't listen to people who say it's not possible. It is possible. People are working and people are in need for graduates. And I'll stop here.